Hello, welcome back to the Late Night Liverpool show on the 𝗕𝗂𝗊𝘁 LFC channel, and we're joined by a very special guest. Do you want to introduce yourself to the people?
Hello everybody. I am Liam on football. Some people might know me as Liam on Liverpool. I've got two different accounts, but yeah, Liverpool TikTok. I post Liverpool content every day. Pleasure to be on the channel, mate. Thank you for inviting me.
No, don't worry at all. It's to be fair, there's loads to go through, so I needed kind of two heads in this video.
Yeah.
We're going to jump through that Qarabag game, the 6-0. Obviously, it was a battering with respect to them. There's loads of talking points, though. We're also going to talk about Frimpong. I mean, down again. That right-back issue needs to be solved, to be fair. There's not long to do it in as well. And obviously, we're going to look forward to the next round of the Champions League, which is Atletico Madrid, Club Brugge, Galatasaray, or, remind me, Juventus. Which will be interesting, because we've not really played them in recent years, or at least I don't think we have.
Well, I don't think we've played Juventus in my lifetime, but yeah, I'm sure we'll get onto it.
No, I mean, it'll be interesting in terms of historically. I know that game's for obvious reasons, but yes. So we'll jump into the game. Let's start with the 6-0. Well, obviously we both watched the game. What were your immediate thoughts overall?
You know what? 6-0, you can't really complain, can you? You know what I mean? You won't be able to find too many negatives, like you said, apart from the Frimpong injury, in terms of in the game. To be fair, a lot of people on Twitter somehow still seem to find negatives after the game. I feel like a lot of people just are negative on social media, aren't they? But it was a good result. It's one of those where they don't have a lot of quality, but it's one of those where you build the confidence. You can't complain with a 6-0 win, can you?
Well, some people can. It's crazy, isn't it? It's like
that's
one of the main things I was seeing online was one about how poor Gakpo was. I mean, Gakpo can't go anywhere.
I hate it.
We've won 6-0.
It gets on my nerves so much.
Mental, isn't it? It's like we've just had a good team performance there. Talk about the team, not so much a guy who wasn't bad, by the way. He missed a few chances, but he wasn't terrible, was he?
No.
And the other one was like, oh, it's only Qarabag. They're rubbish. Like, if we didn't win that game 6-0, you'd have been complaining even still.
And they'd have been straight on to Slot, mate. It would have been the first thing on social media. Slot, Slot out. Why are we not beating them? Even if we'd have won probably 2-1, it would have been more of the same. But we get the 6-0 win, like you say, and people still want to pick holes, find negatives. Honestly, just get the win, look at the positives, move on to the next game.
Exactly, but that's a big talking point, really, isn't it? Can we move on to the next game? Because we've been here so many times. Champions League form hits. I mean, we automatically qualify. We've been really good in that tournament. We come back into the Premier League. We just look terrible. Do you think we can replicate that form against Newcastle?
You know what? Against Newcastle, maybe, but I'm not sure this is a sort of turning point in the season. You know what I mean? We've had a lot of false turning points already this season. You think about Madrid and Villa, those back-to-back wins, and then we go and get tonked, 3-0 by City, Forest, PSV. Yeah. But then, after that game, I feel like, was it after that game where we beat West Ham? And then it was like, oh, maybe that's the turning point in the season where we had those easy fixtures coming up in December. And you thought, we can start to build on it now and look towards the second half of the season, maybe go on a title charge. Obviously, that wasn't the case. But there's just been a lot of false turning points this season. I'm not sure that result yesterday is something that we're going to be seeing for the rest of the season. I don't think anything's changed in that sense. But I think we can definitely take positives into the Newcastle game.
Well, hopefully. I mean, James, extremely generous. We've only just started with the €5. I always get euros and dollars confused. That's euros, right?
You know what? I can't even see that, mate.
Well, 5 of some currency that floats around these days. James is a long-term supporter on the channel, a member on the channel as well. Thank you very much, James. And he says, what a game. We were fantastic. Hopefully we can carry on with some momentum from this, like you just said then, Liam. Hoping for a favourable round of 16 draw and not Atletico Madrid. Interesting. Obviously, we've beaten them this year. We'll talk about them toward the end, to be fair. It was Euros, James said. Thank you, mate. We'll talk about them 4 games at the end, or them 4 teams. My immediate reaction from the game was, let's not be negative in any form at all. If you come away 6-0, it's not like the Barnsley game. I think people were grouping them together because they're both worse teams than us. But Barnsley are in League One. And let's not forget that game was like 2-1 up until quite near to the end, and we brought on the big guns and they put it to bed. The performance was rubbish. Nowhere near on the same level as Qarabag. So I think just because we beat a team who were quite bad by 4-1 doesn't mean we were like really good. We really weren't at all. So I'm taking no negatives into this, apart from that Frimpong injury, as you touched on at the start. Let's talk short term. I would assume Konate. I think Konate and Gomez actually are in contention for the weekend's game. I saw.
The weekend, hopefully.
assuming they're not,
Yeah.
what's your plan? I mean, we'll talk about the Qarabag game in more detail in a bit, but what's your plan for Newcastle? Let's say, for argument's sake, 𝗕𝗃 is left back, Van Dijk's left centre back.
Left centre back, yeah. I can't even think, so no Konate. It'd probably have to be, your centre back choices are probably still Gravenberch and Endo, aren't they? I thought Endo did really well yesterday, going back to last night's match. I thought Endo did well at right back. Obviously, you don't want him there as a long-term option. I don't think you want any midfielders there as a long-term option, which is why we probably should go and sign somebody. But I'd probably want Gravenberch in the midfield against Newcastle. Newcastle, Joelinton, Tonali, Bruno Guimaraes, we want to sort of pack that midfield. So in that sort of sense as well, maybe if Jones is available, maybe you put Jones at right back and you sort of invert him. You get just as many bodies into that midfield as possible, just to try and win that midfield battle.
Well, I agree. I think the centre back will be either Endo or Gravenberch, but it's like there's such a knock-on effect. If you bring Gravenberch back, you then bring in McAllister back, you then bring in Szoboszlai. Like we'll be dragged into the frame at some point. Me and you'll be starting. You know what I mean? So for damage limitation, I think again, like you say, Newcastle pack their midfield out. I would put Gravenberch in midfield against Newcastle.
No, definitely.
Right back's a tough one because it's one of Jones, Endo, or Szoboszlai. And I've been so critical of Szoboszlai playing right back, as I'm sure you probably have as well. I mean, definitely. Newcastle, we're back there again. In the reverse fixture, he played there. Actually had a really good game there, in my opinion, as he did against Arsenal the week. Was that the week before? Week after?
You know what? He's been good there all season. I don't think that's the problem with having Szoboszlai at right back. It's not the fact that he's not good at right back. It's the fact that you're not having him in midfield. You lose so much by not having him there.
I think like in no walk of football ever has the best player of any team been moved out of position.
No,
that's not how it should work. You should keep them in the best position and let them play the best football, right? It shouldn't be at his expense.
No,
it's nonsense. But in this game, do you do it and say, listen, I can't sit there and blame Arne Slot for doing it. It comes to must. When we have to do it, honestly, I wouldn't be opposed to it. I really wouldn't.
No, so but then who'd you play in midfield then? What would it be?
I would go McAllister, Gravenberch, and Jones. I think you have to. I mean, Jones, right?
On the wings. Salah and Gakpo on the wings.
No, I'd have Wirtz in there definitely. I'd definitely have Wirtz.
Yeah,
you know what I liked when Jones played kind of toward the left. It was like maybe 3 games ago because he's not really played recently. I thought he's that
sort of like 4-2-3-1, but like 5 midfielders just in the middle.
Yeah, because Jones is he's athletic. He can get box to box, I think, as well. And I know it's a bit cliche with Jones, but being in the team for ages, Scouse lad, he knows exactly the standards. Yeah. And right now we need that.
Is he available for the weekend though?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know where he was on the previous game. Do you know?
Illness, I think it was, but I'm not sure. I think Slot said after the game we'll have to see how his illness progresses. But
I mean, he missed a couple games before that, didn't he? In terms of starting,
he seems to always miss. Oh, it was in terms of not even starting. I was confused as to why he dropped out the side because I think he has been much better than McAllister this season.
Yeah, by miles. Honestly, by miles.
Yeah, but it does seem like Slot favours McAllister over him.
Yeah, I don't know what he's got against Jones. They had that little spat, didn't they, on the pitch? And it looked like Jones didn't...
I don't know what game that was, but where he was a bit confused.
And he's not played since. So
you know what?
Anything in
that? I
that?
haven't thought about that. Maybe they're covering it up. Because there was links with Spurs as well, wasn't there? Interesting. I hope we don't sign to Spurs. But I was thinking about this. I think in the summer, definitely one of McAllister or Jones will probably leave to fund another midfielder coming in. I don't know which one it'll be, but...
Yeah.
I can't see.
I can see one of them going. Yeah, McAllister, he got 2 goals, but I mean, I could have scored both of them really. But it's about what them goals kind of mean for him. He's had a poor season, low on confidence. Just having 2 goals. Same with Mo Salah, by the way. Like Salah scored a goal, actually really good finish, free kick, another free kick from us. But it's what that means for him. Can he kick on now? Yeah.
Another set piece goal, mate. Flying with the set pieces since Aaron Briggs got sacked. How many did he score? How many have he scored now? 2 last game against Bournemouth.
Must be 3 or 4 now. That Gakpo one at the end will going in, by the way. I'm convinced.
Oh, I can't even think of it now. Which Gakpo one?
Gakpo had a shot at a free kick toward the end, maybe 10 minutes, 15 toward the end.
Yeah, he had a little second phase of a corner one as well in the first half, left-foot shot. By the way, I don't know if you noticed this as well, but Ekitike seemed so frustrated every time that Gakpo would miss a chance or something last night. I'm thinking, I don't know if there's a little bit of rivalry between them.
Do you reckon they're stepping on each other's toes a bit?
You know what? I saw a video earlier saying that watching Gakpo is just like watching a worse version of Ekitike. And I kind of understand that. I'm a big fan of Gakpo. But They are sort of similar, but when you see Ekitike like drift out to the left, I think he's a lot more positive in his play compared to Gakpo. But I also think, a lot of people call for Ekitike to start on the left wing. It's a lot different drifting out to the left wing from central positions to starting, receiving the ball on the left wing. I think people give Gakpo a really harsh time, to be honest.
Oh, I agree. I mean, we've won 6-0 and people are talking about him in a negative way. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's one of those charts, Gakpo plays, Gakpo doesn't play.
Honestly.
What are we going on about now?
I saw one of them. It was like, obviously Gakpo didn't play against Tottenham, did he? And he did play against Tottenham. No, he didn't play against Tottenham and didn't play against Wolves. And the whole argument is he's not playing and we're playing better. We were terrible both of them games. So what's your argument?
And in that same graph, it said that he didn't play against Barnsley, but I'm pretty sure he did start up front against Barnsley, no? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think he did. Yeah, I think he did.
And there was a Fulham one on that chart. Not to go too deep into Gakpo, but there was a Fulham one as well saying that we lost.
And he came off. Yeah.
Gakpo got the winner and came off, and then we conceded. So how are you going to blame Gakpo for that?
That's such a good point.
People baffle me,
That's such a good point as well. It's just what people want to hear, isn't it? They try and manufacture anything they can. Yeah. I'm just going to shoot through some of these comments from Lecton, one of the members on the stream. Play Jones right back, similar passing ability, and in my opinion, better at defending. Both are good. I assume you're talking about who you're comparing him to there?
Maybe Endo.
Yeah, possibly.
Potentially. I did think Endo was pretty good yesterday, though.
I did. I mean, again, it's one of them. You can't really judge the performance. You've got to judge the variables around it. Chucked in there. Yeah. He's not a right back. He's not even a centre back.
No, to come in 2 minutes into the game as well.
Exactly. Yeah, probably not warm or anything.
No, just comes in, puts his gum shield in, and gets going.
Yeah. I remember you calling the start of the season Gakpo become a scapegoat. I said that a few times, and look what's happening now. It's obvious. It was obvious when you look at Diaz leaving. You look at Nunes leaving. Yeah. Confirm Liverpool sign. Oh, see, basically when you go on live streams, right, you get people who try and get you to say stuff.
I've seen it. 𝗕𝗿𝗃 always gets done by them.
But if you're going to get me to say something, at least make it somewhat funny or offensive or sexist. Make it funny. That's not even funny. 𝗿𝗿𝗃𝗀𝗀 been our best. Yeah, he has been our best midfielder. Last year, but it's this year.
Yeah.
No one's form carries over. The season starts afresh, in my opinion, every single year, and he's got to earn that place. And for me, second in pecking order to Jones. What about you?
No, yeah. What was his injury problems though? Because he ended the back end of last season out the side, and then he didn't even start this season, did he? I don't know what it was. He didn't have a full pre-season. I don't know if that was ever disclosed and what his actual injury issues were, but he did struggle at the start of the season.
Well, he was late back, wasn't he, with Argentina?
Yeah.
I assume he was injured with them as well, but he literally took the first 4 or 5 games getting up to speed. It was like, no, you should have been doing that in pre-season. So you're behind, you're making us behind, and yeah. Right, let's go into the game yesterday. I was thinking we could briefly kind of rate every player. I don't tend to do this because people get annoyed for no reason. But just off the top of your head, I mean, in goal, we've won 6-0. They didn't have many shots. I'd probably give Alisson an 8, to be honest.
He didn't really do much, did he?
No.
May as well give him an 8. 6-0 win. You're not going to give him a 6 or anything. Let's just try and be a bit positive.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's give him a 10. Right back, well, I'm not going to judge Frimpong for this one.
No.
We'll go then, though.
Performance, that one sprint that he did.
Exactly. Well, actually, probably pulled up from that sprint, so
probably
give him a 2.
It was that one. The recovery sprint. Endo, though, I'd probably give upwards of an 8 again. I don't think he did.
Give 8, yeah.
Endo never does anything flashy, but he won the ball back well. I'd give him an 8.
I think it's hard not to give all them players an 8 in terms of the defence, keeping a clean sheet. And again, it's only an Azerbaijan team. I don't care. Could be me and you in our five-a-side team. Keep a clean sheet, you get at least a 7, right?
They didn't.
So I would give an 8 to Van Dijk as well. Probably a 9. Honestly, 9. 3 assists.
He got 3 assists. You got to bump it up.
I mean, not only did I not know about that, I doubt he even knew about that.
Yeah, he got the end of the game. He booted it up to Ekitike, and then Ekitike obviously did the rest. And then for the Chiesa goal, I don't know what he's doing. Making runs beyond the opposition defence, but he got 3 assists, mate. I think he's
Van
the
Dijk
first
a 9.
ever person. Go on.
Yeah, he's the first ever centre back, isn't he? Defender in the Champions League
Defender
to
get
do it.
3 assists. It's mental.
Yeah,
he's got to get 9 at least.
And again, I think with that, it's about the timing of when that's come. Not just that assist, because that record it could happen to anyone, but the quality of the game yesterday, off the back of a really bad one against Bournemouth. Good timing for Van Dijk there.
No, it was, yeah. He's come under a lot of criticism recently, hasn't he? I don't agree with
Oh,
it, to
yeah.
be honest. I still think he's obviously below his current level, but that level is still above most centre-backs, you know?
Well, if you set that standard, you've got to rise to it every single season, people think, until you retire.
Yeah.
It's nonsense.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah. Who played next to him? Oh, Gravenberch, yeah. I don't think he did too bad either in this game.
No, he didn't have much to do. I think he really enjoyed when he got pushed up to midfield in that last 10 minutes. He started driving with the ball. But yeah, you'd probably give him an 8 again, don't you?
I agree. In the comments, guys, just give me a number in terms of these players. Join in. Let us know what you think as well. I'd give Gravenberch an 8, 100%.
Yeah.
Left back, I mean, Robertson, on the face of it, maybe I would say the least impressive in my opinion. But again, not nothing bad of any stretch. Probably go 7 or an 8 still.
Game. Yeah, probably an 8.
No.
I think he bombed forward quite well. There was a lot of with this new system. It seems like the fullbacks are really the outballs. You know what I mean? I thought he did quite a good job of going forward. His end product is not as good as it used to be.
No, I agree. It's like I often think when he goes forward, I'm like, whoa, just stop there.
He always loves that shot on the edge of the box as well. You know he's going to sky it every time, but
with his right foot.
Yeah.
Actually, I think his performance with Gakpo was quite good. To be honest, I don't think they've had great performances together this season. They don't really fit each other's play style, really. I do think he's been better with Robertson, Gakpo, than 𝗂𝘁𝗃 this year in terms of using him. He tends to use Robertson more than 𝗂𝘁𝗃, doesn't he?
Yeah, no, definitely. 𝗂𝘁𝗃 sometimes. I thought at the start of the season, there was a lot of criticism about Gakpo not using 𝗂𝘁𝗃, but because 𝗂𝘁𝗃 is a new signing, they're not going to straight away have this understanding between each other. You know what I mean? I think they've definitely improved that over the last couple of months, but.
Yeah, I agree. I do agree. Another comment from James, and it's another €5. Thank you very much, mate. Jones this year, definitely. But I'd absolutely. James is a brilliant member. I looked at the members before. We have like 20 members. I couldn't believe it, guys. So thank you very much. And James is one of them, leading the charge. He says Jones this year, definitely. But I'd keep this 5 for another year. 5
midfielders.
I'd keep this. Oh. I thought you meant keep this €5 that you just sent them for another year. I'm like, gotta save it up.
He's taking it back.
Yeah, want an interest on it. Mac is struggling, but a lot of our players have struggled. That is true. I mean, yeah, in his defence, a lot of players have had a poor season, but he probably captains that team of poor seasons, McAllister. Certainly compared to last year. As you say, James, he was our best player last year. And this year he's been one of our worst. I think that's fair to say, honestly, one of our worst.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, James. We are on to the midfield. We've had a 7 out of 10 for Gravenberch there. Robertson probably 7, Gravenberch an 8. I mean, he's around there, isn't he, I think? Yeah, right, let's go to the midfield. Who should we start with? Should we go 𝗖𝗵𝗲𝗰? What are your thoughts?
I'm trying to think back to the game now. I don't think he had too much to do, really, did he?
No. He was on the ball a lot, wasn't he? The game wanted to go through him.
Yeah, and that seems like that has been the case for a couple of months now. But
yeah,
I'm not sure. I think everyone deserves 8. It's hard to win 6-0 and say 7. I think a 7 probably means you really contributed nothing to the win, and I think he definitely did. So
I'd go an 8. I bet with that.
8. It's 8 all around, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Or even Gakpo, like maybe a 7 for Gakpo. We'll get onto him in a minute. The next to him was McAllister. 2 goals. I don't know how much you can read into that because they weren't amazing, but I think he was one of the best players in the game, to be fair. And one of his better games this season, which you'd probably expect. I'd probably go about an 8, maybe a 9. 2 goals, 9.
Can you go halves? He was definitely better than 𝗖𝗵𝗲𝗰𝗀𝗀 if you're going off the goal contributions alone.
Yeah,
maybe
I agree. We'll go 8 and 9.
Yeah,
I agree. Right wing, Salah's an interesting one. I think Bournemouth was one of his weakest games of the season. Marseille wasn't too bad, but yesterday was much better, and a goal as well.
No, it was. He loves that the cut inside. He hasn't been doing it much recently, but when he cuts inside and does that little dink ball, McAllister almost got a hat-trick from that situation, didn't he?
Yeah.
But yeah, the finish was really good. I actually saw, I know it wasn't a direct free kick, but it was his first free kick goal for Liverpool as such. So
really?
I think so. I don't think he's been I know he scored one for Egypt, but I don't think anyone really. He usually is the one that lays it off. You know, he's laid it off to Trent against
Back to
Chelsea.
Trent and Chelsea, yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I
Szoboszlai,
was thinking.
Bournemouth.
Yeah.
No one really lays it off to Salah, but first free kick
No.
goal if you want to count it.
I suppose if you're on the left, though, I don't know. I'm just thinking. I'm thinking of our players now. Like, he would not be first choice, second choice, maybe even third choice for Liverpool. Like right now, if we've been real.
Yeah, to be fair, I was surprised the Gakpo stepped up for that other one in the second
Yeah.
half. That free kick.
It were like you have a turn, mate, if you want. Did he win it? It's like the primary school rule. Like if you win it, you take it.
We're 5-0 up. Let me get a goal. He was desperate for a goal yesterday.
He was, and it didn't come. Yeah, maybe. Wow, we've had I mean, this is mental. The final man is one of the biggest supporters on the channel, and he's coming with a £20 donation. The final man. Thank you very much, mate. And he says, thank you, George, for the great content you put out. Nice, mate, thank you. Do you think Gravenberch could be a stable centre-back until Konate is fully fit? Anyways, mate, enjoy your night. You're a legend. Can you give a shout out to Shiv? Hello, Shiv. Cheers, Shiv. Don't know who Shiv is, but thank you, Shiv. Gravenberch, talk to me, Liam. Centre-back until Konate is fully back. Now, I would assume Konate, I don't know, as far as I'm concerned, he can take as long as he needs, but people are saying he'll be back on the weekend. Yeah. If he isn't, we spoke about this briefly. I didn't get a final answer from you, really. Who would you play as your centre-back? Would Gravenberch be the guy against Newcastle or Endo?
I kind of skipped over the centre-back, didn't I? I said I'd play Jones at right-back. You almost get two problems, but on the opposite ends with Endo and Gravenberch. If you saw how Endo came on against Bournemouth, as soon as he came on, I think what we were doing really well at the start of the game, and we did against Marseille, was progressing the ball deep from centre-back. I think Joe Gomez very underrated at that. But then when Endo comes on, that's not really his game to, make those line-breaking passes. And it's not Gravenberch's either, but he can step out of the defence into the midfield with how good his ball carrying is. So it's about, I don't know, it depends what slot wants, I suppose. I'd probably rather Gravenberch in midfield than Endo at centre-back.
Is there an argument for Endo centre-back, Gravenberch at centre-back and Endo in midfield? Could you start Endo in the actual midfield of the game?
I don't think it'll happen, but I think I would like to see it. Endo's probably, I was thinking this last night, I did say it in my video after the game. It's so refreshing to have someone in the side that isn't afraid of putting challenges in. Yeah. In Endo, you know what I mean? He's not afraid of a tackle. And having that, especially like I said, against that physical Newcastle midfield. Yeah. Joelinton, I don't know if Joelinton will play. They've got quite a lot of options now, don't they? Ramsey, Willock scored against PSG last night. They might go with the 5 at the back. So, I could be just completely wrong here because they went with the 5 at the back against PSG last night. So it might be a midfield too, but whoever it is, I'd probably rather Gravenberch in the midfield. So that means that Endo would probably be my centre back.
I think I'm with you. I don't know. Again, it's 6 and 2 threes really. It's like, would you rather play your better player of the two in his best position or play him in the worst position? But it's like what I said at the start. One of the first things I said was, why should 𝗖𝗵𝗲 play in another position given he's the best? Does that apply here? Gravenberch is the best player. Why should he play out of position? I don't know. Let us know in the comments, guys. And again, thank you to the final man for that 20, mate. That's unbelievable. Not the first time you've shown very generous support, so thank you.
Quality.
Mega. Honestly, mega.
I need to get on YouTube live streaming.
Get on. He taking a percentage of today. We've not signed anything. So, yeah. He can fill in, but losing him. Yeah, that's true. I mean, Newcastle, like I said, they play the back 5, but they've got like Miley who can play. I assume he played right wing back or right wing in that right midfield. But he's very combative, isn't he? Like he's a physical player. He can get into midfield and he can throw himself about. Like, even though they don't have 3 midfielders in there, the fullbacks can invert and they're physical side.
Hall. I think Hall is so good. He's going to be a real danger on Saturday.
I'd start him for England, me personally.
Would you? Not a bad shout.
Absolutely. Endo better defensively, Gravenberch better progressively. Yeah, I don't disagree.
I think that's spot on, to be honest. Gravenberch really dodges a lot of physical duels, doesn't he? It's been the case since he first came in. I think that was probably my biggest criticism of him in that first season where Klopp was there. And you could notice it a lot more when Klopp was there because everyone else was, gegenpressing, pressing high, being physical. Gravenberch didn't really match that standard. I think the system last season probably hid that a bit better, but I think we're seeing it again now. Now that teams have found out that we're not good at defending long balls. I think
Yeah,
he's been found out a little bit this season.
and doesn't Arne Slot let us know? Bloody hell. Can't defend low balls, can't attack low blocks, can't bloody do anything according to him.
No.
On to the left winger. I mean, speaking of Gakpo, let's give him a rating. I think it was was it a quiet game? Probably quite a lively game, to be fair. In terms of the score
he
sheet,
was on the end
definitely
of a lot of chances.
Yeah, no, he was. But obviously didn't convert, so that's the big one here. I would give him a 7. Don't know about you?
I'd probably give him a 7 too. Probably the weakest player in that game yesterday. Like I said, I think he's just trying too hard. I think he's definitely seeing all this like hate about him online. Slot mentioned it in his press conference before the game, but he took about 3 shots on his left foot yesterday. And I'm thinking, this isn't the usual Gakpo that we all know and love. Well, not love. A lot of fans know and hate how he cut inside, but he took loads of shots on his left foot.
That is a trend, isn't it? That's him being reactionary at something, isn't it? You're right, I think that.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the manager. Maybe the manager said you've got to be more varied.
Yeah, you don't know, do you, mate?
No. Right, well, I'll give him a 7, sorry. I'll give him a 7. And then Wirtz in the middle. Wirtz and Ekitike, for me, they were the best 2 players in my opinion. Together, they're great. I'd give Wirtz, you've got to say an 8 or a 9 here for me. Don't know about you.
Oh, definitely, mate. He probably edged towards a 9 again. Gets his goal, looked very lively, creating chances. He had a couple where he actually slipped Gakpo in. Probably should have got a couple of assists as well. So, yeah, definitely a 9 for Wirtz.
On Wirtz, what's your stance on Wirtz? Do you think he's been overall? I mean, obviously he's been a success, right? But is it? A lot of rival fans are going. He's been pretty crap this year as a signing. Obviously, we've watched more than them, so we know he hasn't. But is there some truth in that? In some games, has he gone hiding? Obviously, he took a really slow start. Do you think he's now found his best game? Do you think he's got better? Do you think he's got better to go? What do you think he's at now?
He's 100% got better to go. I think he's definitely improved since the start of the season, though. I thought, watching him at the start of the season, he really struggled physically. I think it was probably a big shock to him. But it's a big shock to a lot of players that come from Germany to the Premier League. But he definitely has improved. I think he's taken on his man with a lot more confidence now. The one thing that I've been critical of him in the past couple of weeks, but obviously he showed it yesterday, I just want him to shoot more. I want him to believe in himself. Most of the time, if you go in terms of ability, he is the best player on the pitch. And he just doesn't, I don't know if he believes it right now. There was that one against Bournemouth where...
I saw your video on that, yeah.
Did you, yeah? He skips past Cook, and you should just, if that was like Coutinho or someone in that example, anytime a shot arises on the edge of the box, you take it. But yesterday it was good to see, he got a lot of shots off yesterday. So he's clearly growing in confidence. And that's why games like the Qarabag 6-0, it can be beneficial for players who are low on confidence to start trying things, basically.
No, I agree. Especially for Salah, like in Europe, Salah getting his goal kind of back to where he belongs, really. But ironically, with Wirtz, it's like people criticise Gakpo because he shoots too much, and they criticise Wirtz because he doesn't shoot enough. Like Gakpo in that Bournemouth incident, if that was Gakpo, 100% would have shot. He would no way have combined it. Exactly. So it's like no one can win. Let's just wrap the season up now and just call it off. Wirtz has been great. You are right, though. He's probably our best player. I think him and Szoboszlai, if everyone plays their best game, it's him, Szoboszlai, and Ekitike.
100%.
Yeah.
He'll continue to improve, though.
I think so. I think that's the exciting thing. It's like with Gakpo, I think we've seen Gakpo's ceiling, to be fair, at Liverpool. I think we probably have seen that. Salah's we've definitely seen. That's obviously expected. Same with Van Dijk. But with Wirtz and Ekitike, they've just signed. They're still both young players.
Yeah.
There's so much more to go.
Yeah, they got loads more to come.
Absolutely.
They're just starting to really link up with each other as well. We're seeing so much link up centrally between Ekitike and Wirtz. A lot of Wirtz's goals have come from Ekitike assists. Barnsley, Wolves, last night. They're improving month on month, and I think that's definitely a positive. They don't have to improve, game by game, but each month they're getting better and better, and I think that's definitely a positive.
Yeah. Just 4 months too late, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
But rather now than never. Yeah. Exactly. Do you worry? Obviously, they're great. Do you worry we're very, right, this is our system, these two. No one else is really chipping in. Do you think we're too focused on them two right now as a team, as a tactic?
I like the players going through them. And Slot has sort of shifted it in the last couple of weeks to this sort of 4-2-2-2 formation. I am liking it, and I think it's given a lot more responsibility on the fullbacks as well. I don't think it's just coming through Wirtz and Ekitike. It's coming
Yeah.
like with 𝗬𝗂𝘀 and Frimpong out wide. But a lot of the time on Sky Sports, I was thinking this the other week. Gary Neville always seems to say, you don't know what a Liverpool goal looks like. And I think if you were to sort of guess what a Liverpool goal looks like, it does come from Wirtz and Ekitike. And that is a problem because apart from them, maybe Frimpong beating his man down the right, apart from those two things, or 𝗖𝗵𝗲 just hitting it from about 30 yards, there's no real path to a scoring consistently.
Yeah. It's not like it was Trent finding Mane at the back post.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm with you. No, I do agree with that. We need some sort of repeatable format. Most teams in the Premier League have one, really. It's like we played Fulham. You can tell exactly how they want to score a goal. Yeah. Palace, I know they're not doing great, but you can tell like Munoz to Mateta, or there's definitely formulas there. Even Man United, like I dare say right now, you can tell how they want to play football. You can't tell how we want to play football.
No, but last season though, you couldn't say that. Like last season, you knew if I was to say Liverpool goal, it would be Salah coming in from the right hand side, maybe putting a ball into that far post for Diaz, Gakpo, or just hitting it himself. But this season, I think he's struggled to. His legs have started to go now. Like physically, he's deteriorating a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's becoming a bit more difficult. We're trying to find different ways to score, but I think we are. Like I said, I think everything seems to be improving month on month, not game by game, but month on month.
Yeah, I guess, I mean, that's great, but the problem kind of is we've gone through our easy patch, really, and we're now into the more difficult fixtures. It's like it's come a bit too late, really. We're playing some decent stuff. Yeah. Just checking the comments. Thoughts on Salah and corners? I mean, our corners have been crazy this year. Yeah, literally crazy. Gakpo's taking them. Yeah, he does. I think the criticism on Gakpo taking them is like, right, I know he's a tall guy, but how many headers is he going to really score?
I hate him, mate. People on Twitter hate me because every single negative tweet there is about Gakpo, I jump to his defence. But honestly, I don't jump to his defence because, like, I really love him as a player. It's because I jump to defence of anyone who's getting unfair criticism. Gakpo's one of his biggest strengths is crossing. It's not. He's decent in the air, but he's not going to score headers.
Just because he's tall. That's all everyone's saying for.
Yeah.
How's it got Ellison up for the same reason? Like, come on.
Do the Benfica goal last night. Did you see that?
Yeah, unbelievable. How good was that?
Insane. That was incredible.
Amazing. Yeah, someone said overhated. In fact, James said overhated, but he has been poor. I agree with that. He has been scapegoated, but he has been poor this year. I can't even hide from that, and I love him. Started for me okay. Quite good, I thought, at times.
I was under the exact same impression. Started the season really well. He just... I don't know if it comes from the criticism, though, mate.
How
Does
open?
He see it?
Exactly. How open do you reckon these players are to it, though? The criticism.
Yeah. Well, Ekitike definitely sees it all. He seems to be on social media every aspect. Did you see him comment on Gravenberch's Instagram?
Yeah.
He commented gayly on it. He's a proper wind-up. But I think a lot of the players do see it. Like I said, Slot mentioned about the Gakpo thing in his press conference before the Qarabag game, about how he knows he's got a lot of sticks. So I think the players clearly see it. Whether it affects them, it's a different thing. But I think Gakpo's probably been affected by it a little bit.
I would say so, certainly, because Diaz is now gone. It was like all that hate was kind of diluted when Diaz was there between the both of them. Mostly Diaz, to be fair. A lot of fans wanted him out. Like, let's not forget, just because he's doing well at Bayern Munich, fans are going back on it saying, oh, we shouldn't let him go. It's like, well, hold on. You were the one tweeting saying he should leave, and now you want him back because he's doing better than he was doing at us. Like, Gakpo was getting a bit of heat last year, but nowhere near as much as now. But is that because he's the only guy there to really put heat on? No one's going to slag off an 18-year-old as the number 2, are they? You know what I mean?
No. That's what I mean.
No. Yeah. Ekitike, we'll rate Ekitike briefly. I'd probably give an 8 or a 9 again. Similar to Wirtz, 9. Let's be nice.
Yeah, 9, yeah. Sure. His solo goal, he's just incredible. He had one against Frankfurt. Was it Frankfurt? Yeah, Frankfurt. Though how he gets from the halfway line to the edge of the box in like 3 touches all the time.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of space ahead of him, but to like weight your touches under pressure, if we'd have seen like someone like Nunes in that situation, for example, it probably would be a completely different story. I think that's very underrated from Ekitike. That he does everything in like such little touches.
Yeah, so composed as well, right?
Yeah, mate. He's incredible. Little flicks around the corner. I don't know if this is my internet that's starting to cut out here. Is this mine or yours?
No, I think you're okay. You're fine with me. Don't worry, you're coming across fine. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, a bit. You've frozen for me, but I can hear you.
Oh. You're still moving fine. The chat's still coming through. We'll see how it goes. It's coming across fine. It's coming out fine. Don't worry.
Okay.
Don't worry. Yeah, I mean, the nearest comparison I can give to Ekitike is like Suarez, but they're entirely different in terms of size and in terms of what.
Yeah.
I don't know. I find it very hard to compare Ekitike and Suarez, yet they're so similar. If you know what I mean, in the way they want to score.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking it last night. To be fair, I don't think they're very similar in terms of, how they maybe move with the ball, but the way that Ekitike always seems to, like bundle through players, like the ball just seems to stick to him. He scored one against Bournemouth, like at the start of the season. He just always seems to find a way to get the ball to stick to him, and that was the exact same as Suarez. Like Suarez, good dribbler, but he would just bundle it off about 4 players and then just stick it in the back of the net. I think they're very similar in that sort of sense.
No, I agree. I think you make your own luck though in football at times.
Exactly. It's not criticism at all. Like more players should do it. It's the benefit of taking your man on. I don't think we see it enough in the modern game.
One of his best attributes, Ekitike, I've always said since I first saw him, is anticipation, gambling, like knowing when to be there. Look at the Leeds goal. Was it Leeds away? And he gets a pass from a fullback or something, and he's just there and he scores. Great finish. But I'm not saying Nunes. Well, I am. Nunes would not have gambled on that. Like, even I dare say, like, Gakpo, Diaz, they wouldn't have gambled on that, really. Maybe Diaz more so, because he was quite on the front
Nunes
foot.
might have gambled on it, but he would have made the run way too early. He would have been offside, miles offside.
Oh, yeah, 100%. And he'd have missed, obviously. So
Yeah, definitely, off the post.
But yeah, Ekitike, Wirtz, 𝗖𝗵𝗲𝗯, these are the players we have to build this team around.
100%, man. That is the long-term future, isn't it? I was thinking of making a video on this. What do you think is the long-term plan for the midfield? I know we can't really look too long-term now because we don't know how long Sloth's going to be here, but to me, the Wirtz signing suggested that 𝗖𝗵𝗲𝗯 was going to move into that number 8 position. But I think with Wirtz struggling at the start of the season, Sloth probably realised, right, 𝗖𝗵𝗲𝗯 has to still be up there. But long-term, is 𝗖𝗵𝗲𝗯 an 8 or a 10?
I think he's an 8. I think you want to see him in the middle of the pitch with everything going through him, right? Well, I think he's the future captain, firstly, and I think I'd rather play him in the 8 for that reason. Leading, like, very Gerrard. There are very obvious comparisons to be made between them. Number 8 shirt, lead by example as well, like the best player on the team. But I'd like to see him in midfield because I want him to have more of a say on the game. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And also, I think he's played to the right, like you say, or further forward, like you say, because Wirtz has struggled, but also because Salah's struggled, and ultimately Salah's come out the team for 𝗖𝗵𝗲𝗯 to play in that position there, and with AFCON as well. So that's probably why he's been playing further forward. I think 𝗖𝗵𝗲𝗯 has even said he wants to play further back. He even said something like he wants to play further back than the 8, which I'm like, okay,
really?
wow.
That's
what he said. Yeah, I mean, he
really
played there.
6. He's got the qualities for it.
Yeah, he played there briefly. Pre-season, we played a Spanish team. Who was it? We played him twice. 𝗵𝗏𝗏.
Yeah.
And he played as a holding midfield player in that game toward the left. I remember it. And he played all right.
Even Brighton last season, wasn't it? Brighton away last season when we'd already won the league. Yes. I think he sort of experimented with 𝗖𝗵𝗲𝗯 playing deeper.
Mm-hmm. I'd like to see him, as more central as you can get him, as probably as deep as you can get him, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, that future is him, it's Wirtz, it's... I dare say Gravenberch. I don't know the future of him, to be fair. I don't know if we need a Gravenberch. And actually, if we get Arne Slot in, I don't know if Arne Slot. If we get Alonso in, I don't know if he'll need a Gravenberch, really.
No. Well, do you think if Alonso did come in, would it be the 4 at the back or would it be 5? Because with 5, he only plays 2, doesn't he? He only plays 2 in the middle.
Yeah, this season, if you come in tomorrow, it'd be a 4 because we've not got 3 centre halves really. But next season, I can see us doing that 3-4-3 with I see 𝗖𝗵𝗲𝗯 in the midfield too, and I see him in there with either McAllister or Jones. And I think honestly, I want to see Jones in there. I do.
Yeah, I think he'd also be really good in that sort of right 10 position of 𝗖𝗵𝗲𝗯. That would be sort of him as the right 10 versus the left 10. But then the problem that you have then is that Ekitike and Isak don't get in the same side. I think it's hard, isn't it? Because a lot of our new signings all prefer the left, but there's no one really that wants to play on the right hand side apart from 𝗖𝗵𝗲𝗯 long term. So It'll be interesting to see who we sign to replace Salah as well. I know we're going a bit off topic here, I'm
Yeah.
asking a lot of questions, but
No. Off the right's tough. Certainly in the Premier League, there's not many that stand out. You look off the
No.
left, like Gakpo's probably still in that conversation of who's the better left winger in the league with Doku
Yeah.
and Semenyo, and
Definitely.
like Semenyo off the right, I guess is one of the names who can play off the right. Bowen as well, but that Bowen ship's is sailed in my opinion. Still a good player.
Yeah, a lot of people talk about Minter, but I'm not sure about him.
Not for me.
Slot had him at Feyenoord, didn't he? I think it was on
Right.
loan from Newcastle.
There's a few players I never knew he had at Feyenoord, like 𝗖𝗵𝗲𝗰𝗀𝗃. I can't believe he played like 90 games for Slot at Feyenoord.
I didn't know
𝗖𝗵𝗲𝗃 at
that.
Bournemouth. No,
No, I
mental.
had no idea about that.
I mean, I said we should sign him, right?
Sign him.
Well, you say it louder, mate, because I said we should sign him like 3 weeks ago. We then played
Yeah.
Bournemouth, and he was arguably the best player on the pitch.
He is a
And they
good
beat
player.
us. Really good. Out of contract in the summer as well.
Yeah. Is he left-footed? I feel like he's left-sided, isn't he? I feel
You
like.
tested me there. Yeah, probably. I'm not too sure, to be honest. I think he's left-footed. Yeah, I think you're right, because Hill played right centre back, didn't he, against
Yeah.
us?
Yeah, I can't believe we lost to them.
They were rubbish. Honestly, they're
Yeah.
like we've been
Hill.
bad this year. Don't get me wrong.
Excellent.
They were for me worse than Leeds at times. Honestly.
Yeah, no, they were poor. We really dominated that first. Like before they got the goal, I thought we were really on top. We looked like scoring. It's just the decision making in the final third, really, isn't it? I think that's letting us down.
Yeah.
Slot mentioned it as well. How we pour in both boxes. He's spot on about it.
No, he is. I think we'll touch on the Bournemouth game just quickly here. I've had a comment saying from Flyer saying, just joined, who is this guest? Talks sense. There you go.
Oh.
Liam, have that one.
Appreciate it. My TikTok is Liam on Liverpool, so go follow that. On Twitter and on Instagram, it's Liam on Football. I should have put it there, really, isn't it? I should have put it on the little display name, but
I can't see the display name. What have you got? Is it just Liam on there?
you know what? I can't see it either, but I did write Liam before coming in.
Right.
Maybe
I think I
it's
can
not
turn it on. To be fair, I'm still quite new on this thing.
Yeah, my phone's quite far away from me as well, so. I won't
Oh,
be
here we
able to
go.
type it, yeah. Liam on Liverpool.
Show display name.
On TikTok.
Yeah, I'll leave it. There you go, Liam. Oh, we're on.
Oh, there we
So
are.
I'll put it on the screen now. Nice. I will go through the description and put Liam's link in the description on the video, so you can go and check it out. Just quickly on Bournemouth. What was I going to say then? I had a really great question.
Hill,
That
right
would've-
centre back.
Hill right centre back. Yes, individual mistakes. Do you think that game, the loss, was more on the manager or the players?
I'd say the players. I came out after the game. I made a video and said that people are so quick to jump on Slot after every game. I understand that we haven't had the best of seasons. What is it, like 5 wins in something like 18 matches, something like that. But not every single game that we lose is Slot's fault. I think he doesn't adapt well in matches, but I think our original setup in most games this season have been pretty good. I think our heads completely fall off though when we do concede goals. And maybe that is something that, you have to look at the manager as well. He's got to, put confidence into the team. But there's only so much you can do from the sidelines.
Yeah, well, it wasn't Arne Slot making a mistake at the back post, or it wasn't Arne. Like, Van Dijk had a terrible game for me, and he sets the standard.
Yeah.
If he has a bad game, we're having a bad game. Salah had a bad game. The senior players didn't step up. That game wasn't an Arne Slot, in my opinion.
No, not at all. Yeah, you can look at individual mistakes for the goals, but even, in the final third, like I say about decision making, I think we get into the final third so much, and that is a product of Slot's system. But he can't make decisions for the players in the final third. He can get us to sort of, in and around the edge of the box. But then it is on the players to sort of, maneuver and find a way to score against these low blocks, especially. And, against in transition and stuff, it makes a lot more sense to, say, all right, Slot, maybe he needs to coach better there. But when you've got 8 players at the back, what can Slot really say to, just get shots off? There was that one in the first half where Szoboszlai wrapped on round to Salah, and he tried to square it to Gakpo on his right foot. It was a while ago now. I don't know if you'll remember it, but it's like just take the old Salah would have just took a touch and wrapped that in the far corner.
Yeah, well, that one Wirtz played to Salah and he missed. It's like that's not an Arne Slot for poor coaching. It's on that's the player who's got to take some accountability there. I don't think Slot was 100% like escape free in that game because he made a few mistakes. I thought moving Szoboszlai to right back. I know a few people disagree with that, but I don't think he should have done that personally. I'd have I don't know how well Frimpong was doing in that game. I'd have kept Frimpong on at right
Yeah.
back and kept 𝗖𝗵𝗲 further up the pitch. I don't know your thoughts on that.
I think I said that after the game as well. I think if you were gonna bring on 𝗖𝗵𝗲 or put 𝗖𝗵𝗲 right back, I'd have probably took off Salah in that game and put
Yeah,
Frimpong right wing. I think he was definitely
yeah,
would have been more threatening. But I think Slot came out and said after the game that it was like he was managing Frimpong's minutes. But clearly,
right.
that didn't really help, did it? He missed all the
Well,
play.
no,
He missed
bloody
all the
hell.
play the 90.
Some manager.
Yeah. But yeah,
Right,
oh, go on.
go on. No, carry on, mate.
No, so yeah, Sob was like right back. Like I said, when Endo was at centre back, I thought he was struggling to progress the ball, and then Frimpong, doesn't really progress the ball well from deep either. So I think we definitely needed maybe not Szoboszlai specifically. I know we brought on Jones. We needed someone at right back that could have progressed the ball a bit better. But like I said, I just think he got the substitute. I think he's scared of taking Salah off now. Now that he knows that
Yeah.
things can blow up, and he doesn't want things blowing up because his job's on the line. I think he's scared of Salah. I think Ali Slot is afraid of Mo Salah. That's the headline.
There you go. Clip that up. I think he has he did ease him in, didn't he, against Marseille? Like, I didn't even think
Yeah.
he would start, to be fair, and he did start. I'm like, oh, Salah's playing. He had a decent game. We won the game. He was kind of protected underneath us winning the game, playing quite well against
Yeah.
Bournemouth. When he plays bad, we tend to play bad. Like, he was really poor, and it stood out. But like you said there, did he just hold off? Sorry, bringing him off because he didn't want to upset him. I don't disagree with that. I don't.
No, I
No.
genuinely think that is the case.
Try and mask it in the team, I reckon, maybe there. We'll talk just briefly on, and we'll end on this actually, the four
Yeah.
teams we could potentially draw. And it's Atletico Madrid, Galatasaray, Juventus, and Club Brugge. We beat, well, we've played two of them before. Galatasaray beat us in a one-off game away, wasn't it? But
Yeah.
to be fair, I don't see that being an issue, in my opinion. I still back us to win that game. We weren't dominated in that game. There were chances to win that game over two legs as well. I think we could beat Galatasaray. What are your thoughts on that game? And would you want them, to be fair?
Yeah, I definitely want Galatasaray. They didn't really have much threat in the game apart from the most dodgy penalty ever. I don't know what you thought about that
Nah,
decision,
nonsense.
but
Yeah.
the Szoboszlai penalty. So if you get like a 0-0 in Turkey and bring it back to Anfield, it is at Anfield in the second leg, isn't it? Because we
Yeah.
finished so high. I don't know how
Yeah.
long. What's that go on to until the quarterfinals?
Yeah, it's quite far,
They
isn't it?
mentioned it
I'm
on
pretty sure.
commentary. So yeah, second
Yeah.
leg at Anfield. I'll be very confident of us beating Galatasaray over two legs. City won quite comfortably against them yesterday, didn't they?
Yeah, that was 2-0. I mean, I've just made a video on Kusanov then about him dominating Osimhen, and he did. So, yeah, I would have definitely Galatasaray in my bottom, or my top two, in terms of who I'd like to play. Club Brugge being the next one. What are your thoughts on them?
You know
If
what?
you have any,
I'm
because
not
I
going
know
to
nothing about them.
I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm some Belgian league expert. I don't think I've ever watched Club Brugge. I feel like they've played Villa quite recently, maybe in the Europa League,
Right.
but I don't know anything about them. To be honest, I'll take them. They're probably, on paper they're easy. They did beat Marseille 2-0, didn't they, last night? Or maybe
Yeah,
3. I
Pedigree
don't-
3-0, I think that was. Pedigree-wise,
yeah?
they're the most gettable, I would say.
Yeah. I'd be confident in us beating every team. I said to you before the live started. I've not even watched much of Juventus this season either, to be
No.
honest. Or in the
No,
last
I mean-
couple of years, I couldn't really tell you much about Juventus.
Well, their team's crap. Like, Lloyd Kelly's in their defence. It's mental.
Yeah, that is crazy. I noticed that the other week. He scored quite a late winner, and I was thinking,
Yeah,
what,
Champions League, yeah.
what
Yeah.
is he doing now?
I know. I always watch. You've probably seen Luca on TikTok, the
Yeah,
Juventus
you're
fan.
telling me now.
Every time I watch his player ratings, it's like Koop Miners is getting a 4 out of 10, and they've drawn. Like they draw every game. And to be fair, I think the fifth, I don't want to say fifth in the Serie A. That's a pretty
Hey.
good top race that in the Serie A. To be fair, and they will be somewhat tough to break down. I imagine, certainly away. But I for some reason said in my video last night, I'd rather Atletico Madrid than Juventus. I definitely wouldn't. I don't know why I said that. I'd definitely rather play. My order will be this. I'll be on Club Brugge, Galatasaray, Juventus, Atletico Madrid being the hardest. If you had to rank them 1 to 4, easiest to hardest, what would you go?
Yeah, in terms of difficulty, like I said, I haven't watched Juventus, but in terms of difficulty, you've probably got it spot on.
Yeah.
But in terms of who I'd want to play, I'd probably want to play Juventus the least, just because of the whole, traveling fan situation. I don't really want us to draw Juventus, but in terms of difficulty of draw, Atletico will definitely be the hardest. We did beat them this season, but away from home would definitely be difficult. They didn't have
Absolutely.
Alvarez either, did they? They didn't have Alvarez
No.
at Anfield. So
No, I mean they were obviously Llorente, didn't it? Scored twice, scored again against
actually,
us.
I don't want Atletico Madrid. Llorente absolutely despises us. I don't know what we've done to him in a past life, but Max Llorente despises us.
But you just know that he won't play every game this year. I don't know if he plays or not, and he'll play against us, and he'll do well, won't he?
It's like how Kante used to do it for Chelsea. There's always these one Courtois at Real Madrid. There's always these ones that just hate Liverpool.
Yeah. 𝗖𝗵𝗲𝗀𝗀, Palace. He always scores against us.
He loves it. He absolutely loves Watford as well.
Yeah. That's actually true. He will have scored Watford, wouldn't he, against us?
Yeah, it was in that 3-0 where we were going to go unbeaten for the whole season, weren't we? And
I didn't even think about that, honestly. I was just thinking of Palace.
Done his in at Vicarage on something like a Wednesday night, a cold Wednesday night.
Of course, yeah. That's such a good point. But yeah, hopefully, I mean, I agree with you. Atletico Madrid are the ones probably to avoid in terms of the team, in terms of how hard they have to beat over two legs. Probably, honestly, one of the hardest sides to beat over, I'd say, two legs outside of England, I would say. No matter if they're on form or not, you know you're going to get a game if you go to their place. And obviously we beat them. I would say it was just because we scored a last minute goal. Van Dijk, wasn't it, from the corner?
Sorry to cut you off here. Your
my camera's gone off
on my screen.
Yeah, I'm with you. I've just seen that. Hold on. Let me just
No signal.
Huh.
Just me.
Why has it done that? Huh. Maybe it's died. Wait there. Won't be an issue.
We're just getting into it.
I know. Well, you still hear me, I think.
I can still hear you.
You just riff for a bit about anything. Pick a topic. Talk about.
Where were we? What was the point we were on? The Atletico point.
I was on about Atletico and how they're tough to beat over two legs. I'll sort my camera out.
Yeah, Atletico this season. I think it would have been interesting to see what it would have been like. It feels like I'm just talking to you guys in the comments now, so I can't actually see the comments. But let me know in the comments. Oh yeah, no worries. Let me know in the comments what you think of what I'm about to say here. But I think it would have been interesting if we didn't score so early against Atletico, because we scored like 4 minutes into the game. With set piece, and then we got
scored too early.
Yeah, we stifled them really early. That early goal. If we didn't get that early goal and sort of like allowed them to play out their game plan, I think it would have been a completely different game.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. New camera fund, says James. Yeah, James, you're 10 quid's off back into the camera. Well, guys, there we go. I really do appreciate you supporting the stream, especially the generous donations from James and, of course, from the final man. This has been the late night Liverpool stream. There's going to be a lot more of these. I mean, Liam, I would hope you're back on board for another episode of this, because I've really enjoyed that.
It'd be a pleasure, mate.
Cool. Brilliant. I will leave Liam's links down below. When I finish this, it'll be posted as a video as always. Go on there. Go and follow him on Instagram and Twitter. I'd say not Instagram. Are you on Instagram?
I am on Instagram. Liam on Football on Instagram and Twitter, but mainly TikTok. Liam on Liverpool on TikTok.
Cool. Brilliant. Well, thank you very much, Liam, for joining. And thank you guys for tuning in. Nice one. Go see you later. End stream.